wave at me, there's always one part of my brain that is concerned that they're trying to tell me, you know, like the tow bar is hanging off of your plane, or you know, hey idiot, you know.
Yep.
You know, and this is one of those things too where it's like, wow, familiarity really, really helps. I already know what, that's Romeo 4, that's Romeo 3. I knew what she was getting at.
Yep.
You know, you will find for sure that as you kind of get out that, you know, it takes time and it's a whole different energy when you're going someplace completely new.
Right.
It can be a little nerve-wracking because you just get so, after your training, you're just in your creature comforts all the time. John 2 Tower, Skyhawk 51871, ready to depart, runway 02.
Skyhawk 51871, John 2 Tower, hold short, runway 2, landing traffic.
Holding short, 02, 51871. Alright, so while we're waiting here, I just do my inverted L check here. Fuel's on both, mixture is rich, flaps are up, car beats in. We're going to turn on the landing light, I missed, and strobes, turn off the taxi light.
Okay.
Constantly running flow check.
Yep.
51871, say VFR direction of flight.
Departure to the south, 51871.
51871, John 2 Tower, Rex, thank you. Runway 2, cleared for takeoff, left downwind departure to the south is approved.
Clear for takeoff, runway 2, left downwind departure to the south, 51871, thank you. Alright, you ready to go?
Ready to go.
Seatbelt good, doors latched, windows, all the thing. Still looking for traffic. Still thinking about using all the runway.
Yep.
Checking again, making sure my mixtures are rich. Should be ready to go. Gauges are in the green, airspeed is alive, crosswinds trying to pick us up, so we're just going to go ahead and get off the ground. Trying to pitch for 80. Might be a little bumpy today, we'll see. So what's the furthest you've ever flown? Just to Springfield?
Just Springfield,
All right, this is great.
Yeah.
This is great. And since we're flying east, you do an odd number plus 500. That's the VFR standard. So you either do 3,500 or 5,500 or 7,500.
Okay.
So we're climbing for 5,500 right now.
Okay.
As you can see, it's a lot smoother up here.
Yep.
If we were to try to do anything higher, then we would go to 7,500. So, all right, here we are.
So directionally, you just follow the line.
I'm just following the line.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's a secondary, you know, this is the GPS for this.
Yep.
This is more of a direct line, so this is going to be a little bit divergent from what this is telling me, because remember I have that weird,
Yep.
and I don't have my flight plan pushed to this, to they're all in sync or whatever.
Yeah.
So, and we're just kind of moving pretty slow here.
Uh-huh.
Like, look at this airspeed, okay?
Yep.
That looks really slow. We're almost in the white arc, right? And my power setting is pretty low, like 2,200, 2,300. It's, you know, pretty, that's like 75% power.
Right.
As I veer off course because of the wind. So, what is our ground speed right now?
Where is it? 127.
We were going 126 across the ground.
Yeah.
That's a good, I mean, that's a pretty damn good cruise.
Right.
So if our airspeed is saying we're going 90 knots, and that's saying that, we have a 30...
pilot reported 18370 by Diamond, DA 40, 60 miles.
We have about a 35 knot tailwind.
Turbulence at 4,500.
That's pretty badass. But you know what that means? It's going to take us a while to get back.
Oh, yeah.
Got a little bit of a tiny...
51871, contact Memphis Center on 128.15.
Memphis Center 12815, 51871. So these handoffs occur. When I first checked in with Nashville Approach, I had to tell him everything. But he's basically just kind of handed me off. He's got the transponder code, where we're going, all that.
Right.
So I'm listening for a second, I'm making sure that everything's cool. So now I'm just going to go on and say, Memphis Center, Skyhawk 51871, 5,500.
November 51871, Memphis Center Cyber. That was for another aircraft, the Huntsville. Altimeter for you is 3041.
3041, 51871. It's such a fear-inducing thing when you're starting.
Yeah.
I still get like worked up sometimes, and
Yeah. They just go so fast. And then,
Center booty 231.
yeah. So, and we're flying in a slow aircraft.
yeah.
So think about how fast everything happens when you're in a fast, a Cirrus or something.
Yeah.
044 Memphis Center 110.
Even though they're looking out for me
Yep.
or for us, it's still up to us to be looking around.
Yep.
See and avoid is still up to us. There's people, weird motorized parachutes and all kinds of weird stuff that can be in the air at any time
Right.
that won't be on their radar and won't be sending out ADS-B.
Yep.
So you have to just remember that.
6 out of 10.
And then in combination with that, I'm looking at other traffic here. This traffic's all below us. They're coming at us, but they're like we're on a track to run into them, but we're
Yeah.
pretty different in altitude and they're descending.
Yeah.
So I'm not worried. Typically they'll come on and call you out and say, then you say, okay, I'm looking for the traffic, or I've got the traffic in sight, they're not a factor, thank you, whatever.
Yep.
And then the other thing I'm doing at all times is I'm just doing a scan where I'm like, yep, in the green, good, 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 just
Yep.
everything, I'm constantly doing a sweep.
Yep.
Monitoring the engine and all of those things.
Okay.
So that's the other thing you'll be doing, especially when you're in your early days of cross country. You're just going to be like, oh shit, because all you got is yourself and your thoughts.
Yeah.
So, okay, take the controls for a second. Your controls?
My controls.
Your controls. You are going to be in an airplane like this, doing these things.
Yeah.
By yourself.
Yeah. It's wild.
Like, pretend like I'm not here. Okay.
Start screaming.
So the other thing I'm doing all the time is I'm looking at fields.
Yeah.
If we have a problem, which one are we going to put down in? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm looking at every so often for sure. If I ever have a blank second where I'm like, what should I be doing right now?
Yeah.
My default is look for a place to land.
Yeah.
You're holding altitude very well and heading very well.
Spirit Wing 686, common maintains flight level 330.
As soon as I say that, you start descending.
Right. Like, oh shit.
But yeah, you're doing a good job. So again, right, like any spare moment I have,
Yep.
what else can I be doing? So I'm putting the weather frequency in for where we're going.
Okay.
It's like if you ever feel like, especially when you're learning, which
Yeah.
you're always learning, but if you find yourself just kind of just like, then always be thinking about what the next thing is. It took me a while just to figure out how to just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because you're just thinking about so much.
Like, yeah.
Oh, this is nice, autopilot. Yeah, I like this.
Someone else.
Perfect.
Don't get too comfortable.
This is awesome. I can look around. I know you heard this a million times.
871, just verify you're going to the Winchester Airport. I'm telling you about 30 degrees off course to the right.
Affirmative. Just doing a little sightseeing on the way, 51871.
Yeah, sure thing. Just wanted to make sure I didn't have your destination or you weren't going to a different fix. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you. 51871. We'll start getting online here.
Yeah, you're good. Thank you. Take your time.
All right. So now we're gonna follow this.
Okay.
Got called out by the teacher. All right. My controls.
Your controls.
Good job. You guys on course? You see Tim's Ford Lake over here?
Oh, nice.
It's really pretty.
Yeah.
With the Cessna Skyhawk 51871 has field in sight. I'd like to cancel flight following.
And multiple there at 1 star, we were trying to broadcast for an aircraft at 871. You said they have field in sight, Winchester, 12 o'clock, 15 miles.
Affirmative. Would like to cancel flight following. 51871.
And 51871, roger. Radio services terminated. Squawk any farther to TBM, about 8 miles south of the field, inbound, and have a great day.
Looking for the traffic. Squawk VFR. Thanks for the help. 51871.
Where's the runway? Here.
So, it's kind of like it's not easy to see.
Yeah.
If I can't. There's nothing I can describe it with.
Yeah. But it's like,
Yeah, I mean, we're on runway 1. We're going to extended base for runway 5. I usually try to look for the hangars.
oh yeah.
I appreciate it. 1 Papa Golf.
Winchester traffic, Skyhawk 51871, 10 miles to the west, inbound for the left downwind for runway 36, Winchester. Pretty bumpy.
A bit.
We're going to keep a little bit of extra speed on this landing. We'll probably just go 2 notches of flaps.
Okay.
It's gusty and all that. And a little extra speed for the just the extreme kind of headwind, crosswind situation. But I'm going to go ahead and get us into the white arc here. And go ahead and drop a 2nd notch. And just roll with the punches. Watch that airspeed and altitude. Got my aiming point. Like we're a little low maybe, just a touch, but it feels high.
Yeah.
So we're at 75 knots. And the alignment's not great. They pushed around. Alright, we got a little bit of crosswind for sure. 70, that's about as slow as I want to get right now on this. There's definitely some wind shear happening. And we're speed up. I'm going to go drop 3 right here. Just to get our speed under control. Full power, we got plenty of altitude. Straighten out the nose a little bit. Float this thing. Keep correcting it. Just keep correcting it. Keep correcting it. Just keep correcting it. Fight for it. That's what you gotta do.
Nice.
Flaps up so that we are not getting blown around. That crosswind correction in. It's a little bit coming from this direction.
Yep.
That'll blow you off center real fast when you're kind of rolling.
Yep.
The flaps would have kept us kind of lifting. We want to get more stuck to the runway, so. So that's that.
Nice.
That's a good example though of just like, you just gotta fight it. You just gotta, you know, it's I don't know how to explain what it is.
Traffic light force 5 is on the go from the ramp.
I guess Jared and I talked about it. It was like, it's like a wrestling match, not a boxing match. Like you're working with flow and
Right.
you're resisting but not fighting.
Yeah. Not throwing punches necessarily.
Winchester traffic, Skyhawk 51871 is clear of runway 36, Winchester. And so we're gonna shut this thing off. Bam, 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 bam.
So you just flew somewhere else?